Oh yes, this is the Kurapika episode. So, you know how Kurapika is like basically Yoshiharu Togashi's favorite character? I know Kurapika is not the main protagonist of the story, the main story, Gon is. But once again, have you seen Hunter x Hunter? Togashi does not seem to like Gon that much. It's pretty obvious if you think about it that, yeah, Gon is not the favorite to Togashi. I'm kidding, of course. Gon is a very important character in the story. He is the main character, after all, in the main story, and he's written extremely well, as well as most of the characters in Hunter x Hunter. But we all know that there is that special something about Kurapika. So let's explore the come from. Well, he's the last survivor of the Kurta clan. What are exactly the Kurta clan? Because that wasn't explored enough in the main anime. It's just been mentioned by Kurapika in a couple of episodes here and there. And yeah, in the Hunter exam arc, Kurapika does go a little bit into details about his clan and what happened to them. But who are they really? Well, to know that, we have to go to the one-shot that was released, Hunter x Hunter 0, Volume 0. And there we see Kurapika along with his other friend, Pyro, doing shenanigans and doing stuff in the clan till the elder of the clan tells them stop doing the stuff you are doing and stuff like that. But basically Kurapika wanted to go outside of the clan. And when he did go outside of the clan, when he came back, he found his entire clan wiped out. I know what I'm talking about is animated in some way or another in the movie, one of the movies, the Hunter x Hunter movies, but once again, we will not talk about the Hunter x Hunter movies yet. Okay? We will talk about them, just not in this video. So, I ask you now, doesn't that sound like a little bit familiar to you? It has that element of a main protagonist story. He has a huge cause behind him. He seeks out revenge. So his motivation, his whole character is basically meant to be a main character, not a side character. And yes, you can say that Gon, the main character of the story, has quite similar features. Gon also has a great motivation. He has remarkable skills for someone that young. Well, Kurapika also has remarkable skills because of his clan. It's just inherent within this clan that they are tough. And also this entire clan has that one special thing, which is the Scarlet Eye. And yes, Gon was living in a place like secluded from the entire world on Whale Island, and Kurapika was in that little village outside of the real world. So from the start, both of the characters, they have amazing protagonist energy. What differs is the backstory and the motivation. Gon has a very simple motivation. Become a hunter so you can find Dad.
I'm gonna go see my dad.
Kurapika, a little bit of a different motivation. Killed the that murdered my entire clan. That's a pretty hardcore backstory if you ask me. Actually, till this day, we don't exactly know why the Phantom Troop did what they did. We get some glimpses here and there in the latest chapters. Yes, we got some major information about the Phantom Troop, but we didn't get like a reason, a full-fledged reason. Nothing is understandable yet. And to be honest, I am, being just a reader of the story, I'm pretty frustrated at what happened to the Kurta clan. So imagine for a second you being Kurapika, the main character. How will that make you feel? I'm guessing pretty frustrated that your entire clan is... And you don't exactly know why. And when Kurapika met that mysterious girl back in the one shot that appeared out of nowhere with a hunter book, that was the first time Kurapika knew what a hunter is. And from that day, and after what happened to his clan, he made it his life decision to become a hunter in order to hunt down the Phantom Troop. If you think about it, and I'm gonna blow your mind on this, okay? Please, focus on this with me. I believe that Kurapika is 100% the best hunter in the story. Not the best character, from my point of view, but the best hunter. Because what is a hunter? And I heard that before. It's like a criticism on the show, on the manga Hunter x Hunter, of the idea of the hunter is not clear enough. We're not sure 100% what a hunter does. If you want to know what a hunter does, you should read like the Declaration of the Hunter Association. What is the first pillar of being a hunter? A hunter must always be on the hunt. And what does Kurapika do in the entire series? He has only one goal, and every step that he takes is to achieve that goal, which is to hunt down the Phantom Troop. The essence of being a hunter, and this whole idea of becoming a hunter, is personified in Kurapika, thus making him one of the few true hunters that appear in the series. During the Hunter exam arc, we get a pretty decent understanding of who this guy is, and we get that there might be like a darker side to him. We still don't know yet. So we dive deep here and there till we reach the renowned York New arc. Many say it's their favorite arc. Not me personally, I'm more of a Chimera Ant arc type of guy, but like York New is a close second, okay? Don't get me wrong. It's pretty understandable why the York New arc is very beloved. And you know why? Because Kurapika is the main character in that arc. And when Togashi writes Kurapika as the main character, man does he shine. Before we get to the York New arc more specifically, let's talk about Nen and Kurapika's power. And if you need like more of a reason why Togashi really loves Kurapika, what's like the special thing about the Nen power system, the most balanced power system in all of anime and manga, and it's well known that Nen is pretty dope as a power system. Yet there is this one caveat, or this one, how can you say it, like a plot hole, or I don't know the exact word from it, is that an out basically to that power system, which is the specialist category, which basically can mean whatever fits into the story. And out of the 4 main characters of Hunter x Hunter, who has this specialist card? Kurapika. And he's a conjurer. Like, he has 2 powers. No one gets this special treatment in the show except Kurapika. So anyway, what's this guy's power? Well, he has chains. The basic understanding of the chain and why he uses chains is pretty basic. So he can chain down those to hell. He wants to capture them, and it's personified in his power. Is personified the right word? Anyway, holy chain, which is in his thumb. It can heal wounds, but when his eye turns scarlet, he can heal it with 100% enhancer's ability. So he enhances the recovery in a ridiculous amount. He can heal a broken arm in seconds. Chain jail. I cannot do that. But it's fine, I love it. Chain jail is in the middle finger. He pulls out this chain and he wraps his enemies with it. Seems pretty simple. It's like the main goal of the power. But that's not enough. He will not only tie them up, no, he forces them in a state of zetsu. So they cannot use Nen to break out of these chains. They have to use brute force alone. It's strong enough to hold Uvogin. So yeah, it's pretty tight. However, there's a thingamajig here. Kurapika has placed a restriction on that ability. He only can use it on the Phantom Troop. Only Phantom Troop members. And if he does not do that, he has a restriction. There's a blade inside his heart. That's how strong his resolve is. And if you know the story of Hunter x Hunter, even after the anime of 2011 finished, there's a big importance on the restriction with the Nens. There is a lot of importance about post-mortem Nen and these little story beats that were planted as early as the Phantom Troop or the York New. And what character presented these very important mechanics in the Nen system? It was presented in Kurapika. Actually, in the Chimera Ant arc, we know how like messed up the restrictions one can make and the problems that can come from doing such a restriction. So yeah, Kurapika is not messing around. Thousand chain. It's the chain on Kurapika's ring finger. It's used to track and locate things. Yeah, that's like if any other character on the background characters of Hunter x Hunter, that might be like their only nin power because that's already strong enough. But no, for Kurapika, it's like one of his 5 powers, okay? The favoritism shows. Then we have Judgment Chain. The chain on the little finger can only be used while his eyes are scarlet. When used, the chain will pierce through a victim's chest and wrap around their heart. Once the chain is placed, Kurapika will set 2 conditions, which the victim has to follow. If they don't follow these conditions, the chain will crush their heart, instantly killing them. And that brings me to the undeniable fact that Kurapika is indeed a nen genius. What is a nen genius? There is a few of them in Hunter x Hunter, but being a nen genius, being able to understand the capabilities of nen, of your soul's energy, and being able to manipulate them in such ways so you can extract as much power as you can and set specific conditions so you can gain more power in all of this. You cannot get by being a first-year user of nen. Someone like Isaac Netero has spent tens and tens of years in order to reach this level of being a nen genius. Yet, because the resolve and the goal of Kurapika being so narrow-minded and obvious and clear, he became a nen genius and he was able to conjure this power that is tailor-made for him and fits him in every way possible and helps him out in every situation so he can reach his goal. That is a well-written character and that is a nen genius. And that is obviously a character that Togashi loves to write. He shows all of his creativity in this character, in Kurapika, and his goal and his motivation and his powers. What is Gon's powers? He punches hard. Gon punch hard. Gon punch sharp. Gon make punch go away. That's it. That's his power. That's the entirety of Gon's power. Is like, yeah, Gon, the main character. What's his power? He punch stuff good. He makes punch good. And yeah, we're still not done with Kurapika's power. So we go to Steel Chain. The steel chain is on Kurapika's index finger. It has a syringe on the end of it, which Kurapika can stab a target with it to drain their aura and force them into a state of Zetsu. When the aura has been obtained, Kurapika can transform the syringe into a dolphin that will inform Kurapika of the Hatsu that he has taken and its restriction. Once he has taken someone's nin, Kurapika will be forced into using Emperor Time. Now I know for like most of you watching this did not make any sense, and believe me, I find it hard to understand this specific power, but it was showed in the latest chapters when Kurapika used it on one of the bodyguards. And the whole Emperor Time thing, it's also another restriction that Kurapika has set onto himself. He basically loses life energy in order to be able to use this power. It's a pretty OP power to be honest, and yes, I know it's a bit hard to understand. I would suggest reading the manga because this is not like a full rundown of the different nin powers. No, this is Kurapika's story. So let's keep going. And before we end this segment on Kurapika's power and the use of chain, we also have this scene from the 99 series. That is just awesome. There is no defense for the 2011 anime on this one. Okay, the whole I licked chains thing probably wasn't the best choice. I would go for this scene anytime. That's badass. So now I hate to be this guy, but we need to understand seriously. What is Kurapika's philosophy? Why does he do what he
do what he does, what he's doing. What?
Me no English first language. I gone, I punch good, I punch hard. Well, the whole philosophy aspect, and I don't want. This is not like a video essay about Kurapika, and I don't want to delve deep on stuff that seem pretty understandable at first glance. But basically, it all boils down to that one quote: "I do not fear death. I fear only that my rage will fade over time." This is one angry individual. And he has the right to be angry. What happened to Kurapika is not a minor thing or a minor detail. And the heartbreaking thing about Kurapika is that he's 100% did not want this. He did not want for this to be his life. You can see that in the beautiful scenes where he is hanging out with Gon, Killua, and Leoryu. He just wants to be with his friends. He wants to live a good life. He wants to be able to help. He wants to see the good in the world, yet the world did not offer him anything. The world offered him death and misery. So he's on that journey to bring down the people that were responsible for that. And right now, where the story is headed, going to the Dark Continent with the ship and Kurapika being on it, I don't know what will the story amount to. I don't know what is the future. There was a fan theory that I read once, and it also confirms like the thought process of Yoshihiro Togashi's and how much he loves Kurapika, making him like the main character, basically the main character in this ongoing arc. Like, what if the Succession War, only manga readers will understand what I'm saying. What if the Succession War arc will end with Kurapika winning the Succession War? there was like this scene that was printed out, or it's a fan theory where it all boils down with the fourth prince winning the whole entire Succession War. And when Kurapika finds out that the Rydnik has, he murders him on the spot, making all the princes deceased, with Kurapika being the one who dealt the final blow, making him technically someone who participated in the Succession War and the one who ended it, making him the king of the new world and the winner of the Succession War. I don't know, it's silly. It's silly to think that, but knowing how important Kurapika is to the entire story, I really want to see where it goes from here. And I'm glad that he is now finally the main character of Hunter x Hunter. Because once again, amazing motivation, amazing writing. He has a great conflict within him, and he's just a badass. He's just good. He has both the beautiful qualities of Gon and Killua combined. Yes, he is very loving and cares for his friend, but at the same time, he goes to fight someone 3 times his size, strong as a, and he brings a shovel to the fight. That's badass. I mean, I don't want to romanticize it and say that's badass. It's actually quite messed up. That's like something out of a Breaking Bad episode. But you believe that Kurapika would really do that, being so gentle to his rival that he knows for a fact that he's going to kill him, but I'll bury you after that. He's bringing a shovel to a fight. That's so disrespectful. And the thing is that Kurapika does not go through a descent arc from being like a good guy to an evil character. No, you know that descent that Gon went through in the Chimera Ant arc? That's basically Kurapika's thing by default. And he's aware of that, and that's what makes him a good character. He knows that he's flawed. He knows that anger will control him, and he's trying to control it. He does not want to be swallowed by anger and despair, but he doesn't want it to go away. He wants it there, but he wants to keep it under control. And that is the pillar of writing a good character. So I hope that answered the question, is Kurapika the best character in Hunter x Hunter? Well, there's a huge argument for that, and there's a lot of evidence for that being True. However, at the end of the day, it's still a personal preference. If that's what you like in a character, then go ahead. He is your favorite character, and no one can take that away from you. However, actually, if you enjoy this video and this content regarding to Hunter and other animes and reviewing shows and stuff, please subscribe to the channel because we'll be rolling out a lot of videos in the upcoming weeks. Yeah, so my favorite character is. I will let you know in the upcoming videos.